Opportunity of coexistence. What is it? The DMZ is a buffer zone across the Korean peninsula. The JSA was created as a space to discuss peace, yet the treaty was never signed and now is held as a place for future discussions. In order to understand our site better, we should know the history. The land was first originally divided after the Second World War between the United States and the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union initiated the Korean War for full ownership of the peninsula. 2 years later, the armistice agreement is signed after negotiations and battles. Along the DMZ are barriers of physical and non-physical division. Zooming out closer to the JSA, where the border becomes less defined, we note the natural push and pull form of the DMZ. These villages not only mutate the DMZ, but they also are exploited as propaganda villages. The Sunshine Policy. The economic and population gap between North and South Korea has a negative impact on the possibility of reunification. In the 2000s, North Korean leader Kim Jong-il shakes hands with South Korean Kim Dae-jung during the discussion of the first iteration of the Sunshine Policy. Not only was the Sunshine Policy addressing the economic gap, but it was also created to restore communications between the Koreas. The Sunshine Policy saw the creation of several projects. The two most important was the Kaesong Industrial Complex and the Mount Kumgang Tourist Region. The main three incidents that caused the downfall of the Sunshine Policy was when a South Korean tourist was shot, the Cheonan sinking, and the bombardment of Yangpyeong. The Sunshine Policy projects faced a lot of flaws of safety concerns, propaganda, and unequal treatment. Tourism. The YouTuber The Life of Jort traveled to North Korea and documented his journey. The most notable mention from his travels was the big stadium he saw and his experience at Mayfest playing some soccer with North Korean children. So why the JSA? It's dangerous. The DMZ is one of the most dangerous borders today, and the JSA was a temporary fix, not the kind of safe, sensitive care that extremely wounded location requires. There was an estimate of 2.2 million landmines scattered along the DMZ. There has been several incidents that occurred at the JSA, including an axe murder incident in 1976 and a 1984 shooting incident. There is still high tension to this day. In 2020, there was North Korean defectors sending propaganda leaflets to North Korea in balloons, later resulting in the 4-story inter-Korean office building in Kaesong Industrial Region to be demolished by North Korea. Needs for the JSA influences. The most important need is the NNSC. The NNSC is an outside influence on the JSA, whose organization is currently made up of Switzerland, Sweden, and Poland, with all the goals of maintaining peaceful coexistence. The next influence is North Korea. Their goal is to improve their economy, and they need outside currency and tourism. Lastly, South Korea, whose goal is to ultimately unify Korea into one Korea. How? How can we improve the JSA? What I envision within the JSA is a symbol of yin and yang from the philosophy Taoism to invoke peaceful coexistence. South Korea will represent the yin, the power of softness, where they will lead with meditation and nature. North Korea will represent the opposing yang with a hard economic architecture. Because of South Korea's display of a Taoistic compromise and understanding, they will be representing the yin to North Korea's yang. I began my development with the overlay of the yin and yang symbol. It follows the given push and pull shape of the DMZ. The next diagram illustrates the three main influences of the site. The first influence is the NNSC. It is the tranquil blue color. The other two important influences are North and South Korea. North is representing the activating orange circles. South Korea is representing the natural green circles, since South Korea will be leading with the power of softness through meditation and nature. The programs provided within the yin and yang of Korea consist primarily of three main programs that represent the influences of the JSA: NNSC and North and South Korea. These main programs are the meeting areas, symbolizing NNSC, the stadium, symbolizing the North, the meditation circle, symbolizing the South. What is it? It is a third revision of the Sunshine Policy. It is a secluded retreat where the people of North and South Korea can interact and bond over meditation and activities they share to repair this generational fear. Its main purpose is for the people of North and South Korea to meet. The one thing I found very interesting was how the blue huts interrupt the curve within the yin and yang and the form of the DMZ. As a symbol of breaking the division, the blue huts are the important historical monument in the JSA. In a similar way of how the blue huts create a threshold for the Korean leaders, the blue huts will symbolize the break of division between North and South Korea. This place will be safe for the people of North and South Korea to retreat and meet their opposite and bond over similarities. I list many different safety precautions within my book. Most important is the one surrounding wall and security checks within the entries, the facing of possible unification. The first phase is what's held today, a division between North and South Korea. The second phase is the mixing between both sides for a peaceful coexistence. And lastly is the third phase, unification, where both sides are completely mixed and joined together as one. Within the second phase of coexistence, occupancy of the JSA is planned to be evenly divided for fairness. An even amount of visitors, workers come from all sides. There will also be a provided bus transit similar to the previous Sunshine Policy projects. These buses will transport the people of North and South Korea as well as the tourists and workers.